Book 1, Chapter 3, Part 3. We followed 4 young men, apparently students, to a plot of corn. As we walked closer, I realized that the plot was made up of 2 separate subplots, each about 10 feet square. The corn in one was about 2 feet high. In the other, the plants were less than 15 inches. The 4 men walked to the plot containing the taller corn, then sat down, each on one corner of the plot facing inward. On cue, they all seemed to focus their eyes on the plants. The late afternoon sun shone from behind, bathing the plot in soft, amber light, yet the woods beyond remained dark in the distance. The plot of corn and the students were silhouetted against the almost black background. Sarah was standing beside me. "This is perfect. Look, can you see that?" "What?" "They're projecting their energy onto the planets." I stared intensely at the scene, but could not detect anything. "I can't see anything." "Squat down lower then, and focus on the space between the people and the plants." For a moment, I thought I saw a flicker of light, but I concluded it was just an after image, or my eyes playing tricks on me. I tried several more times to see something, then gave up. "I can't do it," I said, standing. Sarah patted me on the shoulder. "Don't worry about it. The first time is the most difficult. It usually takes some experimenting with the way you focus your eyes." One of the mediators looked over at us and brought up his index finger to his lips, so we walked back towards the building. "Are you going to be here at Vicient long?" Sarah asked. "Probably not. The person I'm with is looking for the last part of the manuscript." She looked surprised. "I thought all of it had been located, though I guess I wouldn't know. I've been so engrossed in the part that pertains to my work that I haven't read much of the rest." I instinctively reached for my pant pockets, suddenly uncertain where Sarah's translation was. It was rolled up in my back pocket. "You know, we've found the 2 periods of the day most conducive to seeing energy fields. One is sunset, the other is sunrise. If you want, I'll meet you at dawn tomorrow and we can try again." She reached out for the folder. "That way, I can make you a copy of this translation and you can take it with you." I pondered this suggestion for a few seconds, then decided it couldn't hurt. "Why not? I'll have to check with my friend, though, and make sure we have enough time." "What makes you think I can learn to see this stuff?" "Call it a hunch." We agreed to meet on the hill at 6 a.m., and I started the 1-mile trek to the lodge alone. The sun had completely disappeared, but its light still bathed the gray clouds along the horizon in hues of orange. The air was chilly, but no wind blew. At the lodge, a line was forming in front of the serving bar in the huge dining room. Feeling hungry, I walked towards the head of the line to see what food was being served. Will and Professor Haynes were standing near the front, talking casually. "Well, how did it go this afternoon?" Will said. "Great." "This is William Haynes," Will added. "Yes, we met earlier." The professor nodded. I mentioned my early morning rendezvous the next day. Will saw no problem, as he wanted to find a couple of people he hadn't talked to yet, and didn't anticipate leaving before 9 a.m. The line moved forward, then the people behind us invited me to join my friends. I stepped in beside the professor. "So what do you make of what we're doing here?" Haynes asked. "I don't know. I'm trying to let it soak in a little. The whole idea of energy fields is new to me." "The reality of it is new to everyone, but the interesting thing is that this energy is what science has been looking for, some common stuff underlying all matter. Since Einstein particularly, physics has sought a unified field theory. I don't know if this is it or not, but at the very least, this manuscript has stimulated some interesting research." "What would it take for science to accept this idea?" "A way to measure it. The existence of this energy is not that foreign, actually. Karate masters have talked about an underlying chi energy responsible for their seemingly impossible stunts of breaking bricks with their hands and being able to sit in one place unmoved with 4 men trying to push them over. And we've all seen athletes make spectacular moves, twisting, turning, hanging in the air in ways that defy gravity. It's all the result of this hidden energy that we have access to. Of course, it won't really be accepted until more people can actually see it themselves. Have you ever observed it? I've observed something. It really depends on what I've eaten. How so? Well, the people around here who readily see these energy fields eat mostly vegetables, and they usually eat only these highly potent plants they've grown themselves. He pointed ahead to the food bar. This is some of it, though thank goodness they serve some fish and fowl for old guys like me who are addicted to meat. But if I force myself to eat differently, yes, I can see something. I asked him why he didn't change his diet for longer periods of time. I don't know. Old habits die hard. The line moved forward, and I ordered only vegetables. The three of us joined a larger table of guests and talked casually for an hour. Then Will and I walked out to the Jeep to remove our gear. Have you seen these energy fields? I asked. He smiled and nodded. My room is on the first floor, he said. Yours is on the third, room 306. You can pick up your keys at the desk. The room had no phone, but a lodge attendant I saw in the hallway assured me someone would knock on my door at 5 a.m. sharp. I lay down and thought for a few minutes. The afternoon had been long and full, and I understood Will's silence. He wanted me to experience the third insight in my own way.